Well, if you couldn't tell from the ride up, Monica and I came up here to Palm Springs Tram. We're up here, up over 8,000 feet. I think it's like 8,800 feet. Came up to a viewpoint here before we go on our hike for the day. It's beautiful up here. I'm out of breath already. Look at that view. You got a whitewater right down below. The highway that takes you up into Yucca Valley and everything. Flip it around. Joshua trees out here. Keys View's out here somewhere. Just on the other side. See if I can get it over here. Well, I'll come this way. Right on the other side of Monica, right behind the trees right there, is San Jacinto. And over there it was cloudy, misty, rainy. You come up here to the desert. Look at that. Yeah, what did I say?
San Jacinto.
Oh, San Jacinto's right there. So let me start over here. San Gorgonio's right behind that tree right there. San Jacinto's right up there. We'll do that one this year. We're gonna do a group hike up there. A group hike up there this year like we did before. That'll be fun. We come this way. You got some of the other peaks out here. Salton Sea's way out there. Look at all the clouds out there. That's over by like Anza area. That little, the PCT's running out that way. What is that? I think that's a Santa Rosa Peak right there. But the views, wow. I can't believe this is my first time up here. I've lived in Southern California my whole life. I'm 40. It's my first time up here. Oh, man, that's a brisk wind right there. That's chilly. That's nippy. You get all of the desert communities right down in there. But man, this is beautiful up here. Can't believe it's taken me this long to ride the tram to get up here. So we're gonna go down in here, Long Valley, explore this today. We both brought some hammocks. We're gonna take the hammocks, set them up somewhere, just chill, relax. I brought up some brats, so we'll fry those up for lunch. It's gonna be a good day. Just want to get out of this wind though, because that wind is brisk. But I'll show you around a little bit more and come along. It's gonna be a great day. Oh, we are right there. We're gonna come down this way, come down into this area right in here, the Hidden Divide Natural Preserve. Look at this, they've got all these different touch screens. This is really neat. You can, or I guess I gotta use this to come out. You can see the whole trail going up to the peak. Wow, they've really upgraded up here. So to get where we're going today, we need to get ourselves permits. So we've came right here, Wilderness Ranger Station. We'll get our permits and then head off into the wilderness. We've came to the signs. If we go this way, that is your trail up to Round Valley and to the peak. And if you want to, you could go all the way over into Marion Mountain Camp and over towards Black Mountain that way. But we're gonna go this way, which is towards Willow Creek. So here we go. Gonna be an awesome day, huh?
Always.
Got a nice little creek crossing right here, if you want to call it a creek. And then you just go up this way. Beautiful day out. Lots of snow left on the ground. So as we're coming up the trail, I noticed these tracks right here, and a couple right here. So whatever animal it was, must have came up, hopped here, came up here on this rock, came across, jumped from this rock into there, and then hopped along. Basically, I don't know what type of tracks those are. Maybe one of you out there can tell me what it is. Maybe a rabbit. Almost looks like there's 3 holes. 1, 2, 3, and something slid, like as he jumped, he slid in. So what was there? Let me know if you know what that is. We have came up to the Hidden Divide Natural Preserve. Monica's going this way. In this area, you're supposed to stay on trail. It's a fragile area. We're going up to what's called Hidden Lake. So Hidden Lake, you have to get a permit to go along with your wilderness permit. The wilderness permit is for your group, but each individual going to Hidden Lake needs their own permit. It's limited to 30 people a day, And there's a special flower. You have to check out Monica's channel because the ranger, she got it on video, talked about this flower. But it's the only spot in the world this flower grows. I'll put the name up of the flower in the video because I don't remember it. But that's pretty neat. So we're gonna go down this way. Just talked to a guy here, Sean, who's a local up here. He comes up here all the time. He's already done he took the tram up when we did. He had ran up to Wellman's Divide and then came down to the trail marking that we were at, so he gets quite a few miles in. He's probably, by the time he's done, he's got 8 or 9 miles before noon, maybe 10 or so. And he was thinking about going all the way over into Idlewild from up here. But you can see Monica up ahead. We're going this way. There's supposed to be a unmarked trail going across here that takes you to Hidden Lake, and that's where we're going. So we'll see you up there. You come off trail here to this Hidden Lake area. Not going to show you where, but it's a hidden lake because you come across, you can see the trail is now in the snow because people have walked it. But look, there's a lake. How cool is that? So we're gonna go check this out, and we were told if we go along the lake around the edge, there's a nice lookout point over there. So that's where lunch is gonna be. Let's get a look out of this lake. I know Monica's pretty darn excited now because she's wanted to see this for a while. But look at that. That is neat. And one thing, they've got this guard up, so you can't go on the other side of this guard for one big reason, and that's that flower I was telling you about earlier. Only place in the world it grows is at the lake shore. That's pretty neat to hear. So maybe up here there's like a little pavilion or something that talks about it. We'll check it out. But you can see from the sign, designated tour only, day use permit. They only allow 30 people up here a day. Probably less today, but just because there's not many people hiking up here. And then there's ice on the other side of that lake. That is neat. Very neat. Almost like dry lake. But there you go. Hidden Lake. Let's go learn about it down here. So here it is, Hidden Lake. I'll just read this off to you. Hidden Lake is a rare montane vernal pool formed by the seasonal accumulation of winter runoff into a shallow granitic basin with impermeable soil layers below. So you can see in the winter, water, it's frozen. Spring, like we're in right now, almost looks just like that picture. Look at that picture and look up. Almost the same. Summer, the water evaporates, the pool shrinks, and flowers bloom. And then in a dry year in fall, nothing. So look at that though. Just like a little bit like dry lake, because that one up by our way dries up in the summertime and fall usually. But I think I've seen this in videos too, or not videos, in photos, in like the old video or the old books of the San Jacinto area. I think there's a picture of this, and maybe it might be in John Robinson's book too. If I can find it, I'll throw it up for you. But I believe it's this lake right here, and there's a picture of some people on horseback riding right through here. So let's go down this way. There's another sign over there, and we're gonna keep following along the lake and check out this viewpoint that's supposed to be on the other side. This sign right here talks about the life around this little hidden lake, and right here, this is what you can't go down to the lake for because of this. It's called the Hidden Lake Blue Curls. It's not a flower actually, it's an herb in the mint family. And as it says here, known only to occur within the margins of this vernal pool. So just right out here is the only place that thing grows in the world. Some other stuff that grows around here, some lotus, some monkey flowers, a rosy everlasting. I mean, just talks about some of the stuff that comes out in the spring. Dragonflies, you got some tadpoles, a toad, and then spike rush, which is that stuff right there. Right now it doesn't look like much in there, but come springtime, that's all just gonna bloom and look really nice. So maybe we gotta come back up in the spring and check that out. So Hidden Lake is back in there, and you come along the trail and there's this lookout point that's right behind me. Can't show it to you because it's pretty darn epic. Come out here and look at that view. Monica got excited. It's
really cool.
right down here. You got all the desert communities, La Quinta, Palm Springs, Palm Desert, all that. Palm Springs Airport's down there. There's this canyon up in here. Living Desert's right over in there, I believe. I don't know what canyon this is, but it looks pretty steep, and there might be water down there. That might be a cool one to check out, maybe coming from this way. Maybe that's Talkwitz Canyon. Maybe that's where the waterfall is down here. I'm not positive about that. But you can see the Salton Sea way in the distance. Keys View's over here. You see on the desert way out there. So a little bit dusty out there, so the winds are picking up the dust and blowing it around. But Desert Hot Springs is over this way. There's those dunes that you used to be able to ride right in there that are shut down now. But we're gonna come back here, set up right in here somewhere, make some brats, and just relax for a while. What do you think, Monica?
Oh man, this is great.
It's a beautiful
Not that
area.
it's a secret place or anything, but we've never been back here and it's a cool spot.
Heck yeah. And as I told my buddy Anthony, he's gonna get a kick out of it, because I told him when he does that one loop, the Desert View loop, there's not epic views up here. Well, Anthony, you're right. There's some epic views up here. This is epic, that's for sure. We're at this viewpoint having lunch, and it's a great viewpoint. Spread out these brats right here. I'm frying them up in the frying pan, as you can see. These ones are almost done. Just stick some coconut oil through it in. I'm gonna let that go down a little bit more. I'm so slow simmer. But these things are great with a low-carb tortilla. I forgot my mustard at home. Put a little bit of mustard, some sauerkraut. They're great. But just like this, it's still pretty good. Got coconut flavor in there. The coconut oil just gives it a little bit more flavor. Nice little lunch up here. So we're gonna enjoy this view and then kick back for a little bit more. Well, just finished up lunch from that viewpoint we had, and now we're heading back to hit the trail, explore a little bit more before we take the tram back down. Man, this is beautiful up here. Very surprised how much there's to see up here that we've never done before. Well, we made the turnoff from the Willow Creek Trail over here to Round Valley, and from back there, I think it's 1.1 miles or 1.5 to the camp, might be 1.1 to the junction. We're going this way. Lots of snow in here. See Monica there, and the snow over here is deeper because we're on the north facing slope. Sun's right up there. The snow over here, it's about 2 feet right there. 1.5, 2 feet. We're gonna go up here, check out Round Valley, and then head down that way back to the tram. We got temps in the low 30s right now. I think they said the wind chill with the wind earlier was in the low 20s, and the wind is starting to pick up a little. So let's go up here and check out Round Valley. It's a little nippy now. I haven't had to put any other layers on yet. Just my Black Rock woolly. Got my buff on, and then one layer underneath this shirt that I have on so far. I can feel it, but as we're moving, I'm feeling pretty warm. I've got a fleece in there I can put on. I've got my Ghost Whisperer I can put on. Then on top of that, a wind jacket as well. So as we're coming into Round Valley here, we're coming down through this, and it looks like more people are coming down this way. So I came through there, and I just made one step, went up to my knee. So just off the edge of where we're hiking, just a couple feet that way, you're gonna go down. So we didn't bring any gaiters, nothing like that, just our waterproof shoes and spikes. And here's what we get to go through. Right through there.
Beautiful.
Beautiful. Came up the trail in the Round Valley a little bit. You can see the sign there pointing up to Wellman's Divide, San Jacinto Peak, Tamarack Valley that way. We're gonna come back and do that sometime. Maybe camp at Tamarack Valley. We're going back this way, down the trail. I'll show you the bathrooms they have out here on the way out, and also what one of the campsites look like, but you're not gonna see much of it because it's gonna look just like that, snow-filled. Up here in Round Valley, you got these two bathrooms here, and just very basic pit toilets with an old toilet seat on there. That's what you got. that's gonna be it for this one. Had a blast out here, taking the tram up here to the San Jacinto State Park. Went out to Hidden Lake, did a Round Valley loop. Now back going up to the tram. It's been a blast. Hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, give it a like, give it a thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, consider subscribing. Ring the bell for any notifications so you know when I put out a video. Until the next one, thanks for having me.